Well, obviously that was another great game that came down to the end, and somehow or another our football team found a way to win it. I say this for the last 7 weeks, but my hat's off to our football team. I thought we were a little bit beat up tonight going into the game defensively. I could not be more proud of our defensive staff, our defensive players. We were playing with true freshmen. We were playing with walk-ons. We were just fighting, clawed, and scrapped our way to playing well today. And I really appreciate that by our guys. Offensively, again, it's every week Cameron seems to be playing better, and I don't think today was really any exception to that. I think we had maybe another 100-yard rusher, and Michael Dyer is probably close as I look at the stats. But offensively, we put special teams wise, we put our offense in the hole just about the whole second half, which was really disappointing. We felt like that was going to be a better part of our game. We've certainly got some work to do there. But offensively, my hat's off to those guys too. And just a blessed day for all of us at Auburn, and we'll enjoy this for the next however many hours. And we'll go back to work Sunday.
Gene, has this team gone from good to great yet?
I don't know that you can make that claim until the end of the year to figure out exactly where you land, but I think we've gone from good to better, and I don't think there's any question about that.
Did you talk about the game Nick Fairley had for you front?
I thought he was a dominant force in there. We'll know more when we watch the film, but Nick certainly I thought took the game over inside. I think our front four got a lot of pressure, period, today. And I don't know how many sacks we had. I know he had a couple, 2 or 3. And there's some other guys that seem like they had some too. But again, just as an overall defense, start with Coach Roof and what the defensive staff did this week to get a scheme that was with 2 quarterbacks. That gets challenging. And, but again, it goes back to our players executing and doing what the coaches are asking them to do. They got us on a trick play there, and it was in the 4th quarter. And other than that, we made them drive the ball and earn their money tonight and work for it. But again, it starts with the defensive line usually.
Best game defensively?
I don't know. I don't know that. I know they played well and they played hard. We'll look at that tomorrow and again find a lot of things we can improve on, I'm sure.
Just talk about rushing for 400+ yards against the team, giving up 80.
I think the numbers speak for themselves, Phil. I don't know what I need to say about that. I just don't want to lose sight of the fact that our offensive line has become a really good offensive line. And from left tackle to right tackle, those guys play every snap now for 8 games. They're beat up. They're tired. They get beat up during the game. They find a way to continue to press on. And everything starts with those guys up front. When we get the ball on the perimeter tonight, Ontario McCaleb made a great run, but I'm going to tell you something. Keep a close eye on the perimeter blocking from the wide receivers. That's what makes a team, in my opinion. So, I think it's all working together, and we're getting better.
Can you talk about the decision 4th and 6th before we tie game going forward?
Well, we want to see what they were in, and if they didn't give us a look we liked, we could have run the clock out, backed it up, and punted it. We weren't quite in field goal range. They gave us a look we liked. We thought we had the stop route over there into the boundary, and we just threw the ball a little bit high. But we felt like it was really a win-win situation because they gave us what we wanted.
You have to have a lot of confidence in your defense to do that.
No question. I mean, if it was a track meet tonight against our defense, I would have done it. I was going to try to pin them down.
Comment on Newton's 50-yard touchdown run.
Just another great run that Cameron, does a lot on his own. He's going to make somebody miss, usually in there somewhere. And I think he did that again on that play. It all started with the point of attack with our offensive line. And, again, that's where it always starts. But usually when Cameron gets to the second level, he's got the ability to make the guy miss. And on that play, I believe that happened. And then, his speed is really deceiving. He's very fast, so he gets out there and basically outruns everybody.
Gene, what's more impressive, that run or after as many times as he carried, as many hits he took, that he leaps the fence to go celebrate with the students?
I didn't see that exactly, but I'm sure that was impressive as well. He's got a good vertical.
What kind of halftime adjustments were made considering the fact that LSU scored right before halftime to tie it?
You know, a lot of the, that was one thing that, defensively that I was disappointed in right now is the penalties that kept some drives alive. Whether it was a face mask here and there. And, the face mask, they bother me. They don't bother me as much as the offsides or the, some of the, never happened today, but some of the post-snap penalties. But we kept shooting ourselves in the foot, with when we had great plays working on defense to get them in a bind. It seemed like, a couple of times off the top of my head, it seemed like we got ourselves, a penalty and put ourselves in a bind. So, that was disappointing tonight. But, again, they found a way to rally back.
Looked like Jonathan Evans came in and played well when you needed him.
Well, I don't know how he played. I know that he was ready to play. And he was excited about playing, and we've been getting him ready. Again, another young guy that had to step up when Darren Bates went out. You got a guy like Chris Davis tonight, true freshman corner, against some extremely talented wideouts that had to go in there and hold up. You got Nico Thorpe out there playing, beat up and banged up, and just Aaron Savage, played without Aaron Savage. Mike McNeil had to step up. It was a mass unit in the secondary, and they, you know what? They never flinched. They came out there and they played, and I'm really, really proud of those guys.
What's the status of Darren Bates?
I don't know more than one.
Take a few more.
Can you just talk about the inside running game with Michael Dyer? You've been looking for that guy to kind of step up, and he did that role today.
Well, I think, now going into Game 9, I think Mike's really, I think he's gained a lot of confidence. I don't think there's any question with that. He runs with such a low pad level. I think he's starting to get his eyes up now where he can see the cuts that he needs to make. And, I think game by game, he's, when he's healthy, and he's getting healthier now, game by game, I think that, he's improving and playing with more confidence.
Coach, and it could be perceived that the next game could be a quote-unquote trap game because it's not, record-wise, at least the same kind of, at least record you're going to be playing against. How do you keep the team fresh and focused because you haven't had an off week?
We haven't had an off week, and, the same way we've tried to, proceed every other week. I mean, that's, this doesn't change anything for us. It doesn't change the way we prepare. It doesn't change the way we talk to our team. It doesn't change the way we practice. It doesn't, it doesn't change anything. This is a step-by-step, day-by-day process. And I know that sounds like coaching cliche, but that's what it is. We're not going to talk about where we end up ranking-wise. We're not going to talk about being 8-0. We're not going to talk about any of that. We're going to talk about Ole Miss next week, starting tomorrow, and that's how we'll proceed.
Pick one more for Coach.
Gene, can you talk about what factors do you think make this team so good at closing out fourth quarter games week after week?
Well, I want to give a lot of credit to our strength staff, first of all. Make sure that, it's real clear that, a team that can be strong enough and have enough endurance in the fourth quarter to win a game, your strength and conditioning staff has to be doing something right. And Coach Yox and his staff do a great job. That's one thing. I don't think there's any question of that. And then I just think it's the team chemistry and the belief in each other, as teammates. I mean, let me tell you that there was a lot of times in that game it did not look good, but I mean, I say that every week. And then, they find a way to win it. And I just think that I don't know what makes team chemistry. I got no clue. I know that I really, in my heart of hearts, think that we've got it. And I think that's a fourth quarter. That's how you play better in the fourth quarter.
Coach, thank you.